All right, welcome back. The next JavaScript related component we're learning is the tooltip. And just as a note, in general, we're going in order of relative complexity. So we started with alerts, which are very simple. We're working our way towards the more complicated components that involve JavaScript, like a carousel. So tooltips are relatively simple. And I want to start by just saying they go along with another component that I'm covering in the next video called popovers. They're extremely similar. So a tooltip looks like this. You hover over something and you get this little tooltip. On the left, the right, the top, or the bottom, you can change colors and that sort of thing. It's just a way of displaying information, usually little tips. A popover is very similar, however, you click. And they'll stay there when you're not hovering. And you can close them. Same idea though, different directions. They look a little different, but they're very similar at the end of the day. So if you don't care about either of them, you can skip this, of course, like always. But also if you learn about tooltips and then you don't feel like spending your time learning about popovers, you can skip that if you know that they're just similar, just slightly different language. So let's go back to tooltips. I should start by saying that I don't use these very often. And the most important thing that you need to know is that they are opt-in for performance reasons. So you must initialize them yourself. Unlike alerts, if you wanted to make it dismissible, you add that button, you add that data dismiss alert, and you're good to go. With popovers and tooltips, you have to actually add a little bit of JavaScript on your own to make them work, to make the popovers and the tooltips appear. So here's an example of some tooltips. All that you do from the markup point of view is make some sort of button or a link or something, and then give it data toggle set to tooltip, and then data dash placement set to top or bottom or right or left, and then a title for the tooltip. So these are kind of different. You don't actually make an element for the tooltip itself. You make the trigger, and then the HTML is generated for you. So let's do an example. Let's start with just a simple button. Let's do btn info. I also need just the regular btn class. Cannot spell info. And let's just say hover on me. Okay, so we have our button over here. I have a new file, by the way, like always. Shrink this down a bit. Okay, so now what we need to do, if we want a tooltip, when you hover over this, let's say I want it to appear to the right side. I'm going to start by saying data toggle equals tooltip. And then I'm also going to say data dash placement equals right, if I want one on the right side. And then I need to give it the title. So I'll say title equals, I don't know, thanks for hovering, like that. And by default, nothing is going to work because, again, we have to opt into them. Unlike a dropdown, unlike an alert, we get those for free. Same thing with the collapse on a nav bar. That involves JavaScript. We don't have to enable that manually. Tooltips, we do. So with the JavaScript, if you're not comfortable with it, you can honestly just copy this line, come down to the bottom. After your scripts, you need all these scripts to load first, and make your own script tag and put it right in here. Now, all that this is going to do is once the page loads and all these scripts have loaded, all of our content is there, it's going to look for anything that has data toggle set to tooltip, which we only have one right now. And it just enables them as tooltips. This runs the Bootstrap JavaScript code. So if I save now, there we go. We now have a tooltip. Thanks for hovering. So let's do one more just to show you that it works multiple ways. Let's make this one success. And let's do data placement bottom. And now, there we go. So I've got right, which does not look very good now because of this button there, and bottom. So let's change this one to top. Top singular. There we go. Okay. Other things we can do, you can make them on a link, for example. So let's do one of those really quickly. Let's do a paragraph with, I don't know, lorem 50. And let's pick one of these. Let's pick this word right here. And we can wrap it in an anchor tag. If I can get that to, there we go, autocomplete. Put it in there. And then do all the rest of the stuff we need to do. So that involves, we need data toggle equals tooltip. We need to say data placement. On this one, let's do right. Data placement equals right. And then finally, data dash title equals, and what are we doing this on? What's the word? Excerpt. Okay, whatever this is. Let's just say a definition. Let's make one up. A breed of cattle dog. Okay. Now, if I hover, I get my tooltip there. That's allegedly a definition for excerpt citation num. Okay. Last thing that we can really talk about here. So yeah, you can do top and bottom, left, right. I guess I don't need to show all of those. You can also add custom HTML. This gets kind of nasty in my opinion. Your elements get very gross, but you can add your HTML inside the string. So not something I personally like, but you can do it. So if we wanted to do one, let's just do another button here and say, thanks for hovering. I'll say this tooltip is great. And around great, we can put a bold tag like that. And my VS Code does not like that inside the quotes. And it's not going to work right off the bat. You can see there, it just is showing my HTML. We have to do one special thing, which is add an element or an attribute, data HTML equals true. So we'll do that now. Data-HTML equals true. Save and zoom out. There we go. It's hard to tell, but great is now bolded. So, I mean, technically, I think we could put other elements in here. I've never really seen this, but you could put an H4. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's tooltips. There is more to them if you want to make, if you want to learn about, for example, when you write this HTML here, this is actually what it generates for you. It makes it sort of accessible by default. It gives it this role equals tooltip. You can disable things and still give them a tooltip. There's a couple, there's different parameters for the JavaScript that if you wanted to get a little fancier, you can hide things through your JavaScript, toggle them. You can remove them entirely. You can update certain parts of them, like the position. So I'm not going to go into all of that, but just know that there are different methods, things that you can do. All right, so that's tooltips. Next up, very similar, popovers. They're just triggered with a click instead of a hover.